community energy. And we received substantial funding, $220,000 over 2 years, basically from June 17 to June 19. So our role is to spend all this money. So what we'd like to do is involve communities to help us spend all this money. But the basic idea behind the community power hubs from Sustainability Victoria and state government is that there's plenty of people with ideas and there's plenty of money. Really usually missing is all the work in between. That's setting up the organisations, getting a business plan up and running, getting it to form where a funding body, and funding body could be a bank, could be investors, could be a philanthropic organisation, could be donations, and it could be the state government in the form of grants. But all those funding bodies like to have a business case with the numbers in it. You just can't rock up and say, here's a good idea, this will make squillions for the community, and everybody goes, oh yeah, show us your numbers. So what Community Power Hub Ballarat's all about, and all the other community power hubs, is helping the community to develop those documents. Community energy is where a community group initiates, develops, operates and benefits from renewable energy resource or energy efficiencies. And our benefits are pretty broad. Now community groups are common interest or geographical. So if there's a group of people who've got a common interest in a bit of renewable energy, that can be our community group. So our definition of all these things is nice and flexible. We're here to facilitate and help people get to a stage where they've got a document which they can go to a funding body and get their payment. So Bendigo's got a pilot run out of the Bendigo Sustainability Group. Latrobe Valley, Gippsland Climate Change Network is running the one down in the Latrobe Valley, and of course the Ballarat one is run by Breeze. So how are we organised? So we have a project control group that manages the hub. So this is made up of Sustainability Victoria, who are a funding body, as well as DELP, the Department of Employment, Land and Water and Planning, that both funded that, the money's come through Sustainability Victoria, and Breeze. So that's the group that actually makes sure we spend the money properly. But to get community involved, we've got a roundtable advisory group. So we've tried to make it as cross-section with everybody. The idea of this is so that we don't cut across other projects within the region. Bank Australia, Central Victorian Greenhouse Alliance, that's an alliance of all the local government areas around here. City of Ballarat, Commerce Ballarat, Community of Ballarat. And we have community members. Cultivate Agribusiness, Central Highlands, because we wish to make sure that the agricultural sector is involved in this. EarthEd is an education department funded program that runs out of Mount Clear High School, who they see over 15,000 students go through their little week program over a year. Federation Uni, Grampian Central West Waste and Resources Recovery Group, the Shire of Hepburn, Rural and Pyrenees in the City of Ballarat, Sustainability Victoria, Sustainable Hepburn, Renewing the Earth, and Victorian Bioenergy Network. So we tried to get a big they provide direction. So if we get a project, the project control group looks at it, we go to there and we say to them, what do you think of this? How highly is it rated? What do you think, is it cutting across other projects? The last thing is working groups to support individual projects. So if a project needs support, we'll set up a working group to do that. So there is a lot of resources out there, and we'll engage consultants as necessary to help you. And the community is local volunteers, business, community organisations, not-for-profit and government agencies. So this is an example of how we can help. A local community group want to do a community energy project but don't know where to start. They contact the hub, the Community Power Hub, which in our case is Breeze, to discuss the idea and a proposal to develop. We've got a two-page document that sort of asks some of the key questions. Have you thought about it? Now, if you haven't thought about it, we're willing to work with the group or the individual to work through those questions and set them out with them. We take the proposal to a round table advisory group for their review and ranking. So we allocate resources to the community group to develop the business case. The Community Power Hub is not there to provide funding. We get the project to a stage where the community group can apply for funding. We might point you in the right direction where you can get funding, but our job is not to apply for funding or administer implementation. We've got one project in what's called our community development phase. This is where a community member comes forward and says, I think our community would like to do this, but there's no organisational structure behind it. So we're willing to provide community development resource, get a community group up and running, to explore with the community what they want to do, and get it to a stage where the community's got a firm idea of what they want to do, and then we'll investigate that. We've got 7 project ideas submitted, but we're not going to progress them until somebody takes ownership of the idea. So these are all under active evaluation. So solar parks, solar arrays, solar parks, solar gardens are all the same phrase if you're looking at the thing now. So a solar park is a lot of standalone solar panels, not usually on the roof. They're usually mounted on a frame on the ground. So a regional tourist attraction has put one up, and what they want to do is they want to be zero users of energy off the grid. So what they want to do is generate all their own energy in an environmentally friendly way and not use any grid energy. 14 is a biomass boiler. Now what biomass is all stuff that grows and then you burn it. So there is wood chips, waste wood, green waste. The biggest resource of biomass in this area is actually wheat stubble. There's 200,000 tonnes of the stuff out there. So that is using biomass to generate, in this case, steam, because linen service, steam and hot water. That biomass boiler project would replace gas usage. Biomass is carbon neutral in the sense that, and wheat's a classic example, you burn this year's stubble, right? And then you grow next year, so all the carbon you release from burning it gets consumed by the growth for next year, so there's a net zero change in the carbon in the atmosphere over a couple of years. The other thing you can do with biomass is actually produce gas. So for all of you who are old enough like me, remember town gas, and that's what they now call it syngas instead of town gas, synthetic gas, but you can use biomass to produce gas to put in gas appliances and gas dryers and things. Again, the linen service, they've got 140 motors in their operation. So 140 motors, so I thought that was a bit excessive. And then I looked around and said, well, no, every one of those, all the conveyors, every dryer, every hoist, a linen service ironing machine probably has 100, not 100, there's 10 motors in it, one to move the sheet in, one to put it through all the rollers. So I come to them under the folder and fold up all the sheets. So a lot of motors, so they are all electricity consumers. So what we're looking at there is use solar power arrays to power them. Gas furnaces produce the raw heat for whatever reason, but then they usually throw a lot of heat up the chimneys. All those who've got internal combustion heaters in their house, a lot of heat comes out of the chimney stack. So you can design new systems now to recover some of that heat to generate electricity. The next one, 29, that's a really exciting project. What we're trying to do is move away from petrol-driven devices, pumps, diesel-driven pumps, to run everything off the solar. So that one is converting so that it runs off solar power. The last one on this page is a multi-tenanted commercial building, historical commercial building. The idea that one's on there is one, we want to involve the commercial sector, and two, we want to resolve some of the issues about putting renewable energy, windmills, solar PV on historical buildings. What we require from the project is that there is a community benefit that comes out of all these programs, and so if it is a commercial process, some of the savings will go to a not-for-profit for community benefit. And that can be up to what the community, that commercial entity wants. The commercial entity might say they might support the research cancer thing, so their community benefit is donating some of their savings to that. We want to explore that. We believe at Ballarat that we want to involve the commercial and private sector, and we want to work out some of those rules going through. So this is still open to development and interpretation, but that's where we're heading. Ballarat Community Health Service haven't put in for one, even though we've had chats to them. But they're obviously, because all the profit goes back to running their organisation, which has an inherent community benefit. So the two we're monitoring is a solar plus wind plus storage for powering a community centre. So it's a not-for-profit that runs a community centre. They've got a hall, they've got a men's shed, they run events and things like that. The last one is Rural Health Services. It's running off straw. So if you've got a gas boiler, you can replace it with a biomass boiler to heat up the water to run through the heating. Now what we're running through here is a community facilitation development program. So we've engaged a community facilitator to provide the resource. Their first meeting at the Molyneux Hall is on March the 14th at 7 p.m, where we gather the ideas of the community, see how much community support it's got. So we're at that level, so we're willing to go back that far in the process and say, if a community member is interested, we're willing to talk to you. And then we're willing to work with you and your community to work out what you wish to do. Yeah, with micro-energy grids, there's lots of models. There's what's called the Yakandanda model, where everybody trades power in a street or in an area. There's Newstead's model, where they've already, Newstead is somewhere down this path. They've got a special tariff, so they can do their energy around there. They might become a virtual power station, another model. We don't know what they want to do. So the outcome may be they all might just put solar panels on their own roofs individually, right? Which all of a sudden goes from using fossil fuel-based energy off the grid to making a lot of their own energy. So we're going to explore all those ideas over a few community meetings. So as I said, the first one's on March the 14th, and we're going to work through and discuss about those. So we don't know where that one will go. Bit of a general feeling is that they've got their community hall is on freehold land, it's got a roof, it's got areas for small-scale wind turbines, so they might have a little mini solar farm, wind farm, which goes back and they own and they use that electricity around there. How that all works out within the rules, that's part of what we're here for. Make sure, go to the people like PowerCorp, go to the National Electricity Market people, and say, well, can we do this? No, but if you organise it this way, you can. Sometimes they say no, but they also say, but if you change that line to this line, it'll be fine. This one, there's a group of farmers who've got straw pellets who can be used for biomass heating. They have the resource. What they haven't got is the end users, so they don't get the pull through. They can't invest, and they're willing to invest, in the infrastructure, but they can't invest in the infrastructure because they haven't got a guaranteed market. So what this project's about is we're going to help try and find somebody and look at the manufacturing sector to see if we can get the pull through. Another project that Breeze has done, the supply chain for these renewable energy biomass systems is really complicated. There's usually supply, potentially users, but is there a distribution company? Is there somebody to store it? What's the guaranteed supply? Have we got enough wood or chips or whatever for the next 10 years? So those issues need to be resolved. The state government has done what's called a biomass atlas directory of where all the biomass is. Ours, mostly here is woody waste and straw. So there's apparently 250,000 tonnes of the stuff out the west there, in all that grain belt area. And we have some wood chip. One of the other big sources is waste wood. A lot of waste wood ends up in landfill. So can it be resorted, reused, and if it can't be reused, can it be used as biomass for biomass projects? So the pine plantation owners, we haven't. There has been talk among some of the community groups about all the cypresses are dying. You know, we've got between basically north of here to Geelong. What do we do with all those? What do the farmers do with all those? Meredith Dairy, they've solved their problem. They put in a biomass boiler and they're using their cypresses on their property to feed the boiler. So they're, instead of buying LPG, then they're using their own wood. But that is a real issue, you know, because at the moment they knock them over, bulldoze them into a pile and burn them, so that releases all sorts of stuff. And also the same with straw. Burning straw in the field releases a lot of particulates. There's been studies that you can tell when people are burning straw in regional areas because the asthma attacks coming into hospitals go up. If you burn it in one of these modern furnaces, which mainly come out of Europe, you don't get any particulates out the top, but they burn it totally. So the biomass heater at Ballarat Hospital generates 300 kilograms of ash a year. So that's not much at all. About 2 kilograms a week to heat a hospital. These modern furnaces that the Europeans have basically developed burn absolutely everything. So they burn all the gases, so there's not much go up this chimney. You get lots of heat and not much ash. A lot of the small health services out the west here get their gas supply out of LPG, which costs them an arm and a leg. Get electricity off the grid, which also costs them, but the LPG is about 3 or 4 times the cost of natural gas. So that one's yet to be activated because we're waiting on an earlier one you saw. We're looking at the hydronic heating for a small health service. So we're seeing how that one goes before we roll, investigate whether all the small health services out the west can benefit from that. So Ballarat Hospital's coming out of Crick's sawmill up just north of Beaufort. So they chip it, they dry it, and they deliver it in a tip truck, tip it into the hopper. So they deliver once a week. And the system's automatic, so it feeds it into the boiler when it needs it. And same with down at Meredith Dairy, they've got a similar system. So they basically dump their chips into a hopper. That's it. They don't. Again, they have staff. Social housing cooperatives. If there's a group of social housing and somebody's developed it as part of a cooperative, is it better to have a common method of generating and distributing the power on that site? In other words, take all the roofs, treat them all as one big roof, and generate it between everybody. community-owned demonstration microgrids. So what microgrids are small areas that run by themselves. So the idea of that is, with a microgrid, is they can either run in conjunction with the big grid, or if the big grid fails, they can turn themselves off and run locally. Now this is ideal in one sense for a bit isolated rural communities or people on the end of power lines down long roads. So in essence, you put some storage in, so the energy can fill the storage up, maybe local or maybe off the grid, but they can actually the grid can fail and they can keep working. It is the coming trend around the world to have these microgrids so that in a big system failure like they had in South Australia the other day, pockets of the grid will still stay up. Hospitals already do this. If all Ballarat power goes off, Ballarat Base Hospital, St John's, QE and all those, it stay working because they've got their own generation. That's a microgrid. There is community-owned land that is not fit for the purpose. The community-owned and parkland, but this bit of land is not fit for purpose. It was it's a bit of a contaminated site, so they can't make it part of the park. So what else can you do with it? Is it possible, is it feasible to have a solar farm on that and generate, income for the community group that runs that block of land and is interested in that group of land? If you've got no staff in those isolated ones, is it best to have heat pumps? Heat pump hot water is now, and heat pump hydronic heating may be the best to go. In other words, you build a little solar park, put battery storage in, heat up the hot water, and you distribute that during the night to keep everything. So all those systems are now feasible. So what are the costs? Is it truly feasible? Maybe ideal for areas where they've got no staff that can manage boilers and things, because solar panels and heat pumps. So heat pumps are fridges are heat pumps, because what they do is they suck the heat out of your fridge and throw it in the outside. Air conditioners are heat pumps, because they take the heat out of your house and throw it outside. Or they can run the other way in winter, take the heat from outside and throw it in your house. Are there other solutions? Solar, wind. Little mini wind turbines exist now, little drum ones. I think the one up on Grammar, if you've driven past down Forest Street, they've got a little vertical turbine. They're useful in urban areas rather than the Warburg-sized wind farm turbines. In Canada and in Washington State in the US, they've got the same issues as we have. They've got forests right up to their urban areas, and the big fires come through and burn stuff, including houses. So instead of doing controlled burning, what they do is they harvest their green biomass off the ground. So they put little machines through under the forest floor, pick up all the green mass, reduce the fuel load, do it when it's green because it's easy to manipulate, then bale it up and then use it as fuel, let it dry for 12 months and use it as fuel for a heating system. So that technology exists. Does it work in Victoria? Is it better to do this model out around Mount Clear, the pine plantation and the forest out there, and up, in areas around Creswick and Dales, rather than doing controlled burns? So we're looking for somebody to sponsor that. Learmonth in one sense is an ideal town for a microgrid. Basically a small community that's reasonably isolated. So is there any interest? We haven't progressed this. One of the things that are coming up, whether you saw the landline on Sunday, what you can do is take manure, especially dairy manure and livestock, in this case a livestock centre, put it in a container, get the bugs to eat it, and they produce methane, which is basically gas. So the gas you're burning, your gas at the moment in your gas appliances is methane. There's a primary constituent. So this way you can take the manure, process it with the bugs, you get gas out of it to burn as a fuel. You then get no odour, because the bugs all eat in your contained vessel, and then you get the waste product, the solid material comes out as a perfect fertiliser, which you can just spread and there's no smell. So that's why it's useful on dairy farms. So Triggs Dairy and Gecko, they've got a demonstration site they're building out of their dairy out there to overcome their waste. If you have a look at the landline story last Sunday, it was broadcast last Sunday, you'll see Jock Melville, Jock Charles is keen for Gecko to get involved because they've got the engineering expertise to put in containers, so it can be just, containerised and dumped on a farm and all works automatically. In India they use it as well. They basically put their raw sewage into a blood covered pit and they just pipe it straight into the houses and use it for cooking. Down in Gippsland, one of the projects they were doing, so I just pinched the idea, is they went to their local Rotary Club who run accommodation service at one of their hospitals and said, are you interested in helping us do a study to put solar PV on your house? We've got a Rotary house up at St John's, so I thought I might as well add it to our list as well. These are the ones that have been withdrawn. The local bowling club withdrew it because they weren't ready. They may be ready next year or the year after, but we're willing to go back to it. Methane into the gas grid was a project we had on as Breeze, but Hepburn Shire are doing that as part of a different program. And the electricity co-op has been covered by the Wollongong one, so let's not run to it at the moment. All right, perfect timing. Took the warning and stuff. So that's our phone number, and that's the email address. So you're most welcome to talk to me, or you can go on the website communitypowerhub.com.au.